Hi, this is Mrs. Ziegler, and I'm going to go over quickly how to identify the types of reaction. Okay, so we know that from your notes that there are 5 different types of reactions. Synthesis, which is also called addition or combination reactions, decomposition reactions, single displacement or replacement reactions, double displacement or replacement reactions, and then combustion. So when identifying types of reactions, the first thing that you need to look at is it a combustion reaction? So a combustion reaction is a hydrocarbon reacting with oxygen gas to always produce the products of carbon dioxide and water. So you can see here that on the product side that it's carbon dioxide, CO2 plus H2O, or you could see H2O plus CO2. But if your products are these two, okay, you should see that on the other side that you have your hydrocarbon and oxygen. This is a combustion reaction. So that is what you need to first identify is it combustion? Because once it's combustion, you don't have to look anymore. Once you determine that it is not combustion, then you have to look at how many reactants or products do I have on each side. So when you look, if you have one product or one reactant on each side of the arrow. So when you look, if you see that you have only one or two capital letters together on one side, okay, on either side of the arrow, you can only have synthesis or decomposition. If it is one product, meaning looking like this is an example, one thing with no plus signs on the product side, and then you have two reactants, that means that's synthesis. That means I'm adding or I'm combining two things to make one thing. That's what synthesis means, is to make something. Where decomposition is one reactant, meaning no plus signs on the reactant side, breaking down to two or more different things. So therefore you could see one reactant that breaks down to two or more things, plus signs. Okay, so then once you determine that, then it can only be those two. If you see that you have plus signs on both sides of the arrow, and of course, on the product side, it's not CO2 and H2O, then you can only have single or double replacement or displacement. When you look on both sides of your arrow, if you see you have one capital letter plus two or more capital letters on both sides of the arrow, then it can only be single replacement, because what that means is I have one single thing replacing one of the two in the compound, kicking it out, and then making that the element where you have a compound. So it's a new element and compound when it's a single replacement. When it's double replacement, that means that essentially one of these two elements switch places to make two new compounds. So again, if you have plus signs on both sides of your arrow, then you have to look to see, do I have on both sides one capital letter plus two or more capital letters on both sides of my arrow? Then I know it's single. If you have two or more capital letters on both sides of your plus signs on both sides of your arrow, then it is double replacement. That is how you quickly identify what type of reactions out of the 5 different types of reactions that you have. Again, the only way that you get good at this is through practice. If you have any questions, please reach out.